Hi, Assalamualaikum. So today I would like to talk about our group assignment and the topic is note taking too. So before I start this presentation, I would like to introduce myself and my group members. So my name is Nur Alia Suraya and my group members is Nur Emilia Izzati and Ayuni Shamimi. So Emilia Izzati will talk about how to edit notes and benefits of editing notes. And Ayuni Shamimi will talk about how to study from the notes, ways to make your notes look pretty, and general tips for notes taking technique. So now I will proceed with my presentation, which is I will talk about how to take notes from reading material. So the first thing is the mistake that you should not be done while taking notes. The first mistake is you don't have to read all the notes with non-stop. On your first reading of something, you extract a lot of understanding. But when you do the second reading, you read with a sense of, oh, I know this. So basically, you are not processing it deeply or picking more out of it. The second mistake is you don't have to record all the detail. It can make you burden your brain for things that are not important to remember. And the third one is write something that you will not understand. It will waste your time and can make you feel more stressed because you do not understand the things. The result of a study by G. Staley stated that pupils who just read will receive 10% of the results from the reading. But pupils who read and take notes from the reading material will receive 65% of the notes. Next, I will talk about ways to take notes from reading material. The first way to take notes from reading material is to use the Cornell method. The Cornell method was developed by Walter Park in the 1915 and still holds up well today. When you make a note using Cornell style, you should break the paper into 3 parts. During class, you use the note-taking column on the right to write notes in a normal style. However, this is where the Cornell method deviates from other note-taking systems. After class, you can write questions, important points, and many more in the left column, which is a Q column. These are meant to help you review later. You can leave the recall section for important keywords and summary of notes in your own word. This method is designed to help you board notes that can be studied. Therefore, they do not need to rearrange their notes because their notes are neat. The second way is using an outline method. So the outline method is a note-taking system that is based on bullet points and hierarchy. From this, it can make a relationship between major points and supporting ideas. Basically, to take outline styles note, you simply create top-level bullet points of all the main points in the lecture. Then you make lower bullet points to fill out the details. If you are taking outline notes on paper, it's a good idea to either space out your main bullet points or summarize them at the top. However, if you are taking this note on a computer, as I always do in my laptops like Evernote or Byword or another word processor, you can easily add new bullet points and format things without having to mess up the structure of your document too much. So honestly, for the outline method, I think using a computer is a preferred way. Next, annotation is a note-taking from reading material that can explain those notes in a simpler form. This method will not only remember the important contents but also help a person not to read the whole text again. Annotations can also be made through simple notes and underline facts and marking important contents. Besides that, we also can circle the keyword or use highlight for unintelligible section, then find out the information about those sections. We also can use sticky notes and books association with other words and ideas. And last one is using a column table. The column table is notes that are written into columns form. The left column consists of the main idea and the right column consists of description or explanation of the title. Mostly, this technique is suitable for science and mathematics subjects because this technique is a way of taking notes using a column-shaped format. This can make it easier for students to make a difference because the notes in the form of columns are clearer and look organized in the table. And the last thing that I will talk is the things that should take from reading materials. First, write the big title from the topic that you learn. Second, write the small title that has in the topic that you study. And the third is only write the important main idea that you should know. So, I will pass this presentation to the next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Emilia Azati. So today I want to talk about how to edit notes. Okay, firstly, make a mind map. Mind map can help you more meaningful and effective note that traditional note format instead of mindless typical with your here. Mind maps help you instead of easily of the information and notes is down in the form of keywords and short phrasing using color, image, and graph structure. Okay, the mind map conversion here and continuous between individual notes at class. Okay, for secondly is using content table to create structure. Okay, it's easily to use the content table in your textbook as some sort of a guides to create a structure in your notes that can easily follow, and when you study notes later on, it will be easily to refer back to textbook if necessary. So when we waiting a notes, we kind of a copy paste that content table in textbook and we follow that structure for own note, and then when we write note for each chapter in each paragraph, the structure of the content table in textbook is usually very well thought out, so it's really easy to just take that as kind of guideline for your own note study material. Okay, for thirdly is net note. Okay, I personally don't think having a pretty note is very helpful of studying, but we can make studying a lot more fun and nice. Okay, to look in ISA for especially for the visual learners out there. So have we a few quiet tips. So it is always try to stick the using one color. So so if you choose pink and I will choose highlight and pens in a different shade of pink in your notes, one color is artistically more pleasing to your eyes that using different color to notes look a lot more conditional. So benefit that we get from edit note is firstly improve organization skill, secondly facilitated understanding, thirdly can save more time when do a revision, and fourthly do not stress when reviewing, listen to the regular notes, and lastly is import content is well organized. Okay, that's of my present. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum Madam Jack. My name is Ayuni Shamimi binti Ismail. So I will continue with how to study from the notes. Firstly, take 15 to 20 minutes to make sure that what you wrote down in class or during your readings makes sense. It is easier to review your notes the same evening as your class rather than a few days later, because the information will still be relatively fresh in your mind. Secondly, structure your notes by the syllabus dot point. It's pretty standard advice to structure your notes by the dot point in syllabus for each subject, because it means you will cover every piece of content that could be asked in an exam. The thirdly is always go over your notes and work on condensing them. Next, compare your notes with those of a classmate. This will give you a chance to make sure that you understand the concepts that are presented. It always also ensures that your notes are complete. And the lastly is create a study guide by topic. Formulate question and problem and write complete answer. Create your own quiz. Here are some general tips to improve the quality of your notes in every class. Before the lecture, read the relevant textbook chapter of Review the Slide. You will become familiar with the topic and can identify the key idea easier. During the lecture, you can ask questions when you're confused. Don't just write down things you do not understand. Ask for clarification when you are confused. Second one is be comfortable. Ensure that you are punctual to lecture and choose a convenient spot to sit. Next, don't write down every word. Watch out for key points, arguments, and themes in the lecture. The last one is use shorthand. In order to catch up, some words need to written in short but in understandable form. So take some time to work out whatever shorthand codes you comfortable with. And after the lecture, you can review your notes within 24 hours. In order to retain information discussed during lecture, it is best to review notes immediately after class. This will help you better understand the lecture, your notes, and will enable you to focus on what you just learned for the long-term retention. So that's all from us. Thank you for listening.